Hi, my name is Shira, and I'm going to share with you a few of my favorite physical books because that's the best kind of book, obviously. Alright, so I'm going to start with the first books that are closest to me. So here you go, we've got Arthur Conan Doyle. It's Sherlock Holmes, the complete everything of Sherlock Holmes that you need right here. And I love it because you can see his face right here. It's very hard to tell, I probably can't tell with my crappy webcam, but it has his profile right there, and inside it's like the amazing musky smell of a good book, you know, that kind of thing. And the pages are perfect. They're aged, but they're not broken or chipped or anything like that. If you can chip paper, I don't know if that's a thing that happens, but that's not what happens in this book, at least. And then I have some other older books. This is an Anderson's fairy tale treasury, and it's really pretty in its drawings and the like. See, right here is the back, like the backboarding, and yeah, it's breaking because it's so old, but that's one of the great things about books, right? It's breaking because it's old, because it's physical, and that's beautiful, as Jared said. So here's a wonderful illustration of a bunch of books inside of the story, and we move and we find other inked, beautiful little pieces along. Like I can just open up the page to almost any page, and it's just another beautiful little snippet with a little poem underneath or something like that. And even though it's an old book, like you said before, it actually starts in the next chapter. I'm pointing to the wrong side. I'm sorry. It's from this. I'm not super used to using things that are basically talking to a mirror that records you. This is my copy of Anne and the French Kiss, and one of the main reasons why I really like that it has a nice, quaint purple cover is because the actual the actual jacket to this book doesn't really, in my mind, help the book in any way. I think it's a really beautifully written story, and pretty much anybody could enjoy it. I know John Green did, and Stephanie Perkins is definitely a nerd fighter. But this is much nicer than the jacket would entail. People would look at it and they think, oh, this is a girly book. And yeah, it's a girly book, but it's also a girly book that anybody, even people who aren't girls, can enjoy. So you know what? Go read this book. On to the next one. This is Philip K. Dick. It's Minority Report, and yes, I'm holding it the right way because it's supposed to be vertical. You read it like this. See? Look at that. This is the story, and this is how you read Philip K. Dick books. And I am not scared to say that I am a dickhead. And if you know what I'm talking about, then good. And if you don't, then just pretend that you never heard me say that at all. This is Letters to Beatrice. This is a companion to Lemony Snicket, pen name, series of unfortunate events, which I loved as a little kid. It's beautifully bound. It's more of a folder than it is an actual book, but it's great because the booky part is on the inside, and you just pull it out, and it's also beautiful. It's like a little kid. Oh, I'm holding it upside down again. I'm so improper with my objects, but you open it up, and there's these nice little slick pages with wonderful drawings and pop-outs and coffee stains, that like faux old kind of thing. I have to say faux 3 times just to get it right, but I will. This is the first book I ever got signed. I can prove to you that it's definitely the first book I ever got signed because it was signed in 1996 when I was 6 months old. Okay, so here is Mary Higgins Clarkson, however you say the author's name. This is her signature because my mom was a big fan of hers. And it says, Dear Shira, you were only 6 months old when you met me and bought my book. Years from now, I hope you enjoy it, Mary Higgins Clark. And right here, 96. That's an old book, but lots of memories right there. She's right there on the back of that. But if you pull it off, I don't think it's going to be on the... Yeah, it's just blue on the back over here. So that's nice. And then this is a good one. This is a Dungeons and Dragons kind of thing. I think it's made by the same people. Yeah, it's the Wizards of the Coast, who make a lot of awesome tactical games. But not only is the front glossy and feely in that way, it's also pretty in the inside, and the drawings are gorgeous and amazingly fun to draw. You can't see any of them because I'm not holding them up to the webcam. Now I am. There you go. I need to get better at this vlogging thing. Otherwise, the creatures themselves might not be all that beautiful, but the way they're drawn is definitely something. I want to meet this artist and shake their hand, and then have them teach me a few things. There we go. There's some more better graphics. Oh, look, the little goblin guy is my favorite. I think he's the main character in this book. Not that it has characters, because it's really just about, you know, weird creatures and stuff. I think this is Wicked Plants by Amy Stewart. It's a wonderful, wonderful book. If you ever want to read it, even if you're a fiction person, you definitely love this book, because she writes stories about the amazingness of, and also the myth of a lot of plants, and it's pretty cool. So you have this wonderful book that I know you can appreciate, because you've appreciated things similar to this, and it's a little battered, but that's just because I took it around with me everywhere for a few years. Well, anyway, it's the perfect size to do that, so you just stick it in your backpack and let everything in your backpack trample your beautiful book. But on the inside, the drawings are amazing. The paper quality is amazing. This is also something I'd like to draw one day. And she turned all these horrible plants that you probably wouldn't second glance ever if you saw them, or could see them, which you probably see all the time since it's America and that's what we have here. She turned them into works of art. She didn't actually draw these, but I like the way it was formatted and everything. It's a wonderful book to read and a wonderful book to look at, just in case you ever want to do that. And then I wanted to talk about a few good graphic novels. I'm just talking about graphic novels in general, really, so I just showed you two of them that I have by my side. I don't think it would have the same oomph as it does on book as it would on e-reader. Just for me, maybe, I don't know. I never really got into that e-reader thing. So those were a few of my favoriteest ever books that I own. Not by what they are, which most of them are pretty good. I don't think I didn't like one of them, but by what they look like and feel like and make me feel when I look at them and read the stories inside. So I want to end with one thing I wrote a while ago that applies to the situation, so know that it's been written and it's not me just talking. Alright. A book tells two stories. There's the written word printed on the page, the book's intended purpose, and then there's the page itself. Every crinkle, fold, and stain a story, giving us a perspective on the last person to pick up this novel and flip through the pages. Essentially, you write your own story for the next readers to find when you are subsequently moving through to one author's composition. Books are wonderful because they grow and shift and shape, forever adding to their eternal story. Electronic gadgetry does not sift and shift with the sands of time. Pixels do not weather or grow musty with age. Only half the wisdom a text holds is contained in its actual writing. The rest is created by those willing to pick up a real, beautiful book and read. Bye.